Right, yes, hi all. So welcome. So I've got version 4 shoes here, and what we're going to do with these are Stanley shoes. Again, it's in a prior video. I'm going to replace the auto laces with standard laces, standard elastic laces, same as a 3.1. You'll see it in the video. This shoe here works spot on. And this is also it's also Stanley's choice, the owner's choice, by the way. But this one here, unfortunately, the wire's fallen off the motor, and the whole entire negative pole on the motor is completely gone, disintegrated. It's not there at all. You can't do anything with the motor whatsoever. And obviously, to take the motor out, it's attached to the gearbox, which is attached to the mechanism, and you have to deconstruct the entire shoe to be able to get the motor out. So it's not fixable. So the owner, Stanley, we had a good chat. Said yes, he'd like to continue wearing the shoes with the lights, and to replace the laces with elastics. Now, what I did do is I went on eBay, brought this stuff here, which is the same as a 3.1, put it in place. It looks really nice, really neat, etc. It does look a good job. Same as a 3.1. The version 4s have thinner laces. Obviously, these are quite grubby as well, but they are thinner. Now, what I had a look at is a minute ago, and bear in mind that these 3 laces here were basically attached to the mechanism still, and this lace here wasn't attached to the mechanism, because this one here had actually come off the mechanism. Now, where the mechanism is obviously is solid and won't move, and I can't get it to move, I can't retract these laces in any manner. If you pull them really hard, they don't come out. They're obviously attached solid. That's just how it works, which is good. But yeah, they are solid. I did try and just poke this lace here back in, but it won't poke back in again without feeling it's really obvious. Obviously, I could pull it and cut it, but then I'll still be left with most of the lace in the hole. And if I were to use these, then I want to insert these a solid inch and bond them in place, an inch either side, so I know that they're solid. And then I come up with the idea of this: unpeeling the piece of leather which keeps the lace like firm and not elasticated. Unpeel the piece of leather, leaving me with elastic. Boom, perfect. So what I'm going to do now is I'm unpeel those 3 bits of leather. I've then got enough capacity, because bear in mind these were originally in a sort of semi-open state. They're about here earlier. I can then pull the shoe ever so slightly closed like that, and then I've got, as you see, an inch of material to poke in the hole and bond. And then if I sort of demonstrate quickly, that will then stretch accordingly to be able to get its foot in. Obviously, you should always use a shoe horn on these when you're putting these shoes on. This is the same as a 3.1, you know, they don't have a massive gap, you know, and obviously elastic will stretch. So with that removed, it'll stretch a bit further, and that'll still look good. So yeah, that's going to look absolutely beautiful. And I say I've got the 4th lace, the one that came out. So yeah, I can deconstruct that, put that in place again, and then he'll be physically retaining the version 4 lacing, the laces, just not have the auto lace aspect. So I'll do it on the first one, and then if he's happy with it, seems a shame to do it on this one, obviously, because this one here is working. So we'll let the owner decide what he wants to do on that. Bear in mind, he's in America, I'm in the UK, so this is kind of like, you know, a one-time situation, because of course it costs a lot of money to post these backwards and forwards of insurance. So he can decide if he wants to retain that as it is and continue to use it until it breaks, realistically, or change it to match this one here. Then he's got a matching pair tied up to him. Right, let me crack on, deconstruct these bits, glue them in, and see how it goes. Right then, yep, so as you can see, I've unpeeled those 3, which is cool. And that's given me beautiful, although they are dirty, original elastics, you know, and Stanley can clean those. That is going to work freaking well, so well. And this is obviously the loose lace. Just unpick that, so obviously I'll cut it off just there, and then I've got, you know what I mean, about an inch of material quite easily each side glued into the pockets, which means it might be nice and solid. So that is really, really good. Obviously I have to guess the gap, but I mean, I'm just gonna do it the same as my 3.1, just not super loose, just pulled in a little bit. Okay, obviously it's a total guess, but really that is how it would be. And then he has got that capacity to, when he puts a shoe on, that's all. Remember, these are always relatively tight to put on anyway, but that will open up normally, that will, once he stretches it open. Cool. Right then, yep, so I've made the holes in here, and I'll just say, just widen them because where the holes are not very deep at all, then just widen very carefully with the curved scissor, just to get it the right depth, and obviously not damaging anything on the inside. Just tested them, make sure that they all fit in, which they do. So you've got a good amount there. So I'm gonna put it in now, and then I'll see line it up, then I'll get it sort of squashed up a little bit with a bit of tape. I'm gonna put in some decent quality glue. Always use my classic new tube of that. And yeah, get his laces in, and then I'll just leave it overnight, and then that's done. And then you can Stanley can decide on the other one. Cool. Right, yeah, that's done. So put those in nice, so not too tight, because I know Stanley doesn't want to have them too tight on his feet, you know. So I feel that is a good, sensible gap, I would definitely say. And they all look nice and even. So in a minute, I'm going to put some pegs on there, just obviously to compress every single piece here. I put down some extra tape here just to protect from when I come in this angle here with the laces and the glue, so there's no glue gets onto the shoe basically. Right, yep, so that's now pegged in place, as you can clearly see, and I'm going to leave that just for say an hour, just to sort of get it most of the bonding done, and then I will leave that overnight before I test it. Next up, Stanley's bubbles. He does want me to try the clear coat on these. Obviously it worked incredibly well on this test, which we'll see on a second video that I've already done. So the top one is how they come here, and this is adding the clear coat. You can't necessarily see too much difference there, but you can see that it's blatantly frosted versus clear. It is significantly clearer. Both options look really good, but his one is incredibly faded, really badly faded. So let's try this on the shoe and see if it improves it or not. Right, yep, so I applied that a little while ago, and it looks much better. So whilst this one here is still yellow, it's absolutely clearer and obviously shiny now as well, so it looks way better. So that's that one there. It's just one coat, 15 seconds, easy. And this one here, which was less faded, looks much better. So it just sort of shows you, you know, that if it's really yellow, it comes out, you know, good, and if it's, you know, medium sort of yellowing, it comes out pretty damn good. So yes, that's much nicer. You can see it's mad how you can just apply some clear nail varnish and it changes it from being really faded and bad to like much nicer. So yeah, there you go. Beautiful. It's interesting to sort of know, of course, how long this lasts, you know. I mean, I'm guessing these sorts of things could probably fade if they're in the sun, or maybe they just fade and yellow naturally because of the type of material it is. But 15 seconds each, and that's way nicer. Cool, excellent. And this is just a brand that's my wife lent this to me, so it's Barry M. Base coat, top coat, nail hardener, all in one. There you go. Easy. Cool. And yep, he's going to decide on that on there tomorrow. And that on there is just put a bit of additional glue just on the edges there. And that's looking really nice, lovely, nice and even. Really pleased with that. Cool. Excellent.